October 7th now looks like a very bad idea. Assad supporters react. In a startling admission, former British MP George Galloway declared that October 7th now looks like a very bad idea. Now it looks like a bad idea, questioning who was truly behind Hamas's attack on Israel. As Iranian-American academic Mohammad Marandi painted a grim picture of the shifting power in the Middle East. Speaking after the fall of Assad's regime in Syria, Marandi lamented that, quote, Netanyahu has succeeded in raising the black flags of ISIS and Al-Qaeda in Damascus, calling it a major victory for Israel. Galloway didn't hold back, agreeing that the collapse of Assad's government was a devastating loss for Iran and its allies. As Marandi scrambled to defend Hamas and its leaders Yahya Sinwar, he admitted Iran's support for Syria wasn't enough, blaming Assad's own military for failing to stand its ground. With Assad gone and regional alliances crumbling, even the staunchest supporters of Hamas in Iran are forced to confront an uncomfortable truth that their so called resistance is unraveling. Okay, this is hysterical to me. Please roll the clip. I know this is a little old, but I can't get over how funny this is.
Wait, can we make it full screen? Oh yeah, we can. Oh, this one needs to be refreshed. Let's
Uh-oh.
try again. Mm,
Please.
there we
Yep,
go.
there we go.
Netanyahu has succeeded in raising the black flags of ISIS and Al-Qaeda in Damascus. Erdogan has never been serious about the Palestinian cause. He never sent a single bullet to Gaza. He never sent a single bullet to the West Bank. Iran and Syria were supporting the West Bank. The Syrians were supporting the West Bank until now. So now the West Bank is going to have a much more difficult time protecting itself. Now, after what Erdogan has done, the equation has changed. And this Israeli defeat is, I can't call it a defeat anymore.
Let me say what you're not able to say, or don't feel able to say. It's an Israeli victory. October the 7th now looks like a very bad idea. And it makes you wonder, whose idea was it anyway?
How could Yahya Sinwar, who led that operation, be blamed for the criminal behavior of the Erdogan regime and his henchmen? I cannot blame Hamas or Islamic Jihad for what they did.
Yeah. But why did Iran not see this coming?
The Iranians did send a large number of advisors. They were in Damascus, and troops under Iranian supervision were in Damascus and in the areas around that. They had come in from abroad. But, as I said, they needed the full consent and support of the president and thus the cooperation of the Syrian Arab Army in order to begin fighting. So Iran was prepared to make sacrifices. But if the Syrian president was not committed, and if the Syrian army was not committed, then it would have been a failure, and you would have had a lot of dead Iranians.
Wow.
Have you not
Wow.
seen that before?
No,
I'm
no.
so
By the way,
glad to
guys,
give your reaction.
this you this coming from him, I don't know if you know this guy, is
No, I know this guy.
huge
Explain to
admission.
our audience who this guy is and why he
This
can't
is-
say certain things, but George Galloway is like, well, you can't say it. I can say it. Why is that, Armin?
Okay. Let's first of all
Back up.
By the way, the guy that's a British member of parliament.
He
in the
was,
UK?
yeah.
He,
Most famous for
what's
supporting
happening?
Saddam. Meeting with Saddam
He's
Hussein several
suggesting that.
times.
Do you guys realize that am I misreading this? Isn't he suggesting that Israel did October 7th? He was suggesting that Israel did October 7th.
Like, kinda,
Because
yeah.
yeah, he was like, oh, what makes you wonder? It makes you wonder. Like, yeah, they're like,
Whose
okay,
idea was this?
whose idea was that? Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay.
You know what
Okay.
that
So
means.
he was. So it means that October 7th was apparently, according to these guys, was a great success. Great success until we realized, oh shit, we effed up. So it wasn't even us anymore. It was Israel. It was it was us doing this. These people were bragging about October 7th only when it looked like Israel was defeated. Now that Israel looks like it's actually victorious, then this was Israel's doing. Okay. And by the way, guys, when they're saying October 7th was a bad idea, they're not talking about the killing of civilians and children being a
No,
bad
they're
idea.
talking about
No,
the
no.
reaping of the consequences.
Yeah, they're talking about October 7th being a bad idea because now the axis of resistance has fallen because of October 7th. These people have not come to the realization that maybe killing civilians is bad, maybe acts of terror are bad. No, it's
No,
not
they
that.
have no
It's not
problem
that
with that.
realization.
They got no problem with
No,
that.
they have no problem with that. The only problem they have with it is like, okay, maybe we effed up. Maybe now we're reaping what we sow, and this was like not very well planned, right? But this Marindi guy, he's a huge deal. He's an advisor to the highest officials within the Islamic Republic. He was part of the nuclear deal agreement. One of the people
Part
that
of
was
the
involved with that.
negotiations. He was part of the
Part
negotiation of
part
the
of the
JCPOA.
negotiations. He is the main English speaking uh, government propaganda who gets
He's
invited
a
on
strict Iranian
media.
mouthpiece, like literally.
Yes, he speaks English very well, and he's really good at what he does, right? To be honest, right?
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
you want to see who's the best person in trying to make it look like the Islamic Republic is on the correct side, this guy just spins, like, comes up with narratives like, oh my
He's
god, how the hell
artful.
does he
He
come?
is artful.
He's yes. But so, and this guy, wherever he goes, he always acts like the Islamic Republic and the axis of resistance are victorious, and the West is falling, Israel will be destroyed. So for him to come, I've never seen this man ever admitting that Israel is winning, Netanyahu is winning. I mean, to be fair, they're still conspiratorial minded, and they're saying that Netanyahu is winning because they think ISIS is part of the Zionist project, and Netanyahu has now managed to bring ISIS back. They're still speaking within that conspiratorial
And then maybe
mindset.
also did October 7th anyways. I mean, if this is true, the Jews are playing 5D chess on a level we can't compete. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I mean, yes,
and no one
but
ever sees it coming. We're always blindsided.
yes, I mean, I know he still thinks all of that, but the fact that he's admitting that we are losing is I've never seen this man. Israel must be kicking ass so. I, I analyze a lot of Iranian social media a lot of times, and the level of accepting of defeat right now is never been seen before. Never been seen before. Um, and this coming from Shias that would never accept defeat, never would admit defeat. Okay, the fact that they are admitting defeat means that they have never lost this greatly, because it's too much to deny how much they're losing. Israel is kicking ass to an extent that even Shias, if you make Shias accept defeat, that means that you are winning bigly. Okay, like you're not just winning. This is a new
Bigly.
year of
Pigs
winning.
are flying.
Yes. Yeah. I thought pigs would fly before a Shia would admit defeat. Okay, pigs would fly before Shias would accept defeat. So Israel must be winning huge if you see Shias admitting defeat. Okay, so Wow. Holy crap. I'm so glad I saw that video. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my
The
god.
sentence, I just love the sentence, like, maybe October 7th was a very bad idea. Oh, crazy.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it was, yeah, maybe it was a bad idea. We're losing. Oh, by the way, I need to find that video because at the end of the video, he was like, but why did you guys um not go, because it, okay, Syria is an Iranian proxy, okay?
Yeah.
And maybe Israel can do things in Syria. So they think the fall of Assad is Israel's doing, and Israel has won. Okay, but obviously, um, Iran, it's the Islamic Republic itself is way too powerful for Israel ever, right? So these people are saying like, sure, we defeated this one, we lost this one, but we're still strong. The Islamic Republic is very strong. It's very powerful, right? So a lot of people who are looking to Islamic Republic, they're asking, okay, if the Islamic Republic is very powerful, then why didn't they come and save Assad? Okay, and the one of the excuses
Mm,
that some people have is exactly what you hear here, is that because Assad didn't ask us to come. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay, and they're like, oh, we could have. So they want to pretend like if they if they went into Syria and saved Assad, the might of the Islamic Republic was too big for anybody to be able to remove Assad because the Islamic Republic's strong. So the criticism is like, well, why didn't you then? This was one of the most, Syria is the most important part of the bridge, the Shia crescent,
yeah.
right? That you were trying to build around the empire, the Shia empire they were trying to build, and now you lost it. So why didn't you? Like, well, we're just so we don't go anywhere without permission. And if Assad didn't
We
give us
would
permission to
never.
come, we would never go anywhere. So Assad just didn't ask us to go. So our hands were tied because we will only go with permission. However, this is fucking bullshit because I don't know when did you find this video, because I have an admission from Khamenei himself. So I don't know if he said this before. I think this video is from before Khamenei came out and said that.
I
Because
think so
Khamenei
too.
said,
Yeah.
yes, because Khamenei basically came and destroyed all of these excuses, and he embarrassed all of his own analysts, because Khamenei's little analysts were everywhere saying like, "Oh yeah, we could have saved them if we wanted to, but we weren't given the green light by Assad to go and do that." They were everywhere with this excuse, and then Khamenei came out and gave a speech, and he said, "We wanted to go, we had everything ready to go, but Israel had closed the skies, and they closed the ground." And all of these analysts like, huh? Khamenei, why are you doing this? We're going everywhere and saying we could do anything we want to Israel, and you're telling us that we couldn't go there because Israel had closed the skies and the ground? You're
No,
saying that we couldn't? No,
it's
like,
like
and he,
water slipping through your hands, and you're like,
right. It was so embarrassing for all these analysts. I want to find the clip. I want to find the clip because people who follow this channel, I've shown that video to you guys on this channel. If I could find it, I will show it to you guys here again. Should I? Do you guys want to see it? Or
sure.
as you, yeah. Because I had that. I don't know, where is it.
Do you want me
Maybe
to
I'll
do some
look for it
super
on
chats
Twitter.
while you look for it?
Yeah, do some super chat so I could show you how full of shit these people are. Hold on.
Nina gifted 5 Atheist Republic memberships. Thank you so much, Nina. Thank you for supporting the channel, which is a good reminder to everyone that it is very important to support the Atheist Republic channel so that we can continue our programming and delivering to you the things that you enjoy. So please become a member by hitting the join button down below. Yusuf gave a super chat saying, "This year in 2025, Iran will be free." Well, let's hope so. But this is a little bit nitpicky, but one thing I don't like about these kinds of statements is that it's like so certain. And if you're so certain about something like this and then it doesn't happen on the timeline that you expect, then people can be like discouraged and like give up everything, which is not, I think, a good attitude to like take in this instance. But that's me being nitpicky. But thank you for the super chat. Atheist Click is also celebrating their membership. Thank you, Atheist Click, saying you guys are amazing. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you so much. And there's also another super chat, Armin, that I want you to answer because I've been on vacation and not paying attention to what it is addressing. So I will leave that one to you. Oh, Dan just gave a new super chat saying, thank you for the super chat, Jan. Shia Islam seems to be an Iranian invention to hate the Arabs, Arab caliphs who invaded Persia. Turkey, Iran seems to have a lot of anti-Arab racism. Well,
Oh,
do you
okay.
want to
Shiaism
reply to
seems to
this?
be an Iranian invention.
There are
Okay,
a lot of
so it
very.
was
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. So Shia Islam was we had Shia regimes before we had the Safavid dynasty in Iran. Okay, so we had Shia regimes in Egypt before we had it in Iran. So it's not an Iranian invention, right? However, and the Safavids at that time when the Safavid came to power, they were fighting not the Arabs, they were fighting the Turks. The empire was the Ottoman Empire. It wasn't an Arab empire. Maybe it was an anti-Sunni position. So it's true that strategically it worked in the favor of the Safavid dynasty to rebrand itself from the Sunni caliphs and the Sunni branding of Islam. But the separation was not from the Arabs; it was from the Turks, because at that time the empire, we had the Shia Safavid empire, and the other Sunni empire was not an Arab one; it was the Turkish one, right? So there's that, and also yes, there is unfortunately too much anti-Arab racism, but I mean, any amount of anti-Arab racism is too much, to be honest. However, what I look at in Iran is not the level, is the trend. Okay, so we have racism everywhere in the world, including in Iran. In Iran, there is still too much anti-Arab racism, but what I'm noticing is that it is so much better compared to before. Anti-Arab racism when I was a kid in Iran was so much higher than it is right now. It's still too high, but it has dropped significantly and it's improving. And there are many people who are calling it out, including Reza Pahlavi, who is very many Iranians love, right? So that's a good
Did
thing.
you find the video?
Also, yes, I found the video.
Go ahead.
Also, it helps that a lot of Iranians are looking at their Arab neighbors and they're noticing how they suppress them. Like they're looking at UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the liberalization process that is going there. And many Persians used to feel superior to Arabs, and now a lot of them are feeling like, what the hell, the Arabs are like they are passing us. And that is also making a lot of people become less anti-Arab. Also, there has been recently a lot of Arab support for Reza Pahlavi, and that has impacted a lot of Iranians' mindset about Arabs as well. So things are going in the right direction.
We have a few super chats. Should we address those?
Sure, and then I will show the video.
How long is the video? I'm not feeling super well.
Oh, okay, it's 20 seconds.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, let's go through the super chats. Okay.
And then
Dan did give it another super chat. Thank you, Dan, saying it was Iranians who assassinated Caliph Umar. I don't know how
it was an Iranian Christian slave. It's an Iranian Christian slave who killed him. Yeah. of the
Um, and HD Drake gave a super chat. Thank you. Saying, where are we on getting the hostages out since Israel has won? Should there not be a focus on that now? I actually have not been following this.
Yeah, so so there seems to be Hamas has came out and said they're now optimistic about the new deal that they have with Israel regarding releasing of the hostages. But now Israel has always been focused on that. Like even like when you say now that there should now be a focus on that, Israel has never lost its focus on that issue. Just because it's fighting in other places, this has been, but Israel cannot sacrifice defeating ISIS, defeating Hamas completely uh, for the sake of hostages. Israel should do everything to get the hostages, except allowing Hamas to continue ruling over Gaza, right? Because that would mean more hostages in the future. So the reason why this has been delayed is because Hamas wants from this deal something that it would allow it to survive as rulers of Gaza in the future, and Israel cannot accept that. So right now there seems to be the tension between Hamas and Israel. Is Hamas wants to release the hostages gradually, and Israel is all of them or no deal, right? So that seems to be the tension right now. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry, you're muted, but I will show the video. I don't know your mic because, guys, Susie is not. Oh, Susie went. It's okay. I'll show you the video. Guys, make sure you like the stream. Okay. So this is Khamenei before. Oh, there we go. Susie's back.
How about now?
Now you're good.
Okay.
Okay. So Khamenei before and Khamenei now. So I was trying to find the. Okay, let's just play it so that you could go. I know you're not feeling very well.
25 سال دیگه چیزی به نام رژیم صهیونیستی در منطقه وجود نخواهد داشت.
So this is a video from a few years ago where Khamenei said that in 25 years there will be no such thing as Israel existing anymore. This was him before. And then people are saying 25 years later.
آماده ایم که بریم. آسمان ها بسته بود. زمین بسته بود.
So he's saying we were ready to go, meaning ready to go to Syria to save Assad, but the skies were closed. The ground was closed.
رژیم صهیونیستی هم آسمان رو بستن هم راههای زمین رو بستن.
Saying the Zionist regime had closed both the sky and also the ground path, the ground.
امکان نداره.
So there was no way.
The music.
By the way, look Iranian people have so much fun with these videos. Like
Wait, oh my
making
god,
fun of
can you
Khamenei.
just I need a replay on when that music hit. I was not ready for that.
Oh yeah, okay, one more time. Okay, one more time. Let's let's play it one more time.
25 سال دیگه چیزی به نام رژیم صهیونیستی در منطقه وجود نخواهد داشت.
25 years later.
آماده ایم که بریم. آسمان ها بسته بود. زمین بسته بود. رژیم صهیونیستی هم آسمان رو بستن هم راههای زمین رو بستن. امکان نداره.
Your face, the blinking.
25 سال دیگه.
Oh my god.
Wait, so like, what was the? I mean, I know you talked about it on a different stream you did, but for people who haven't seen it, what was the fallout of him saying that?
Oh my god, that part has gone viral. Okay, because there was a wave of people like you, the same excuse. People were like, "Yeah, we could have saved Assad, but Assad betrayed us." And so there were two excuses: Assad betrayed us, so that's why we didn't go save him, or Assad didn't allow us, didn't ask us to go, and that's why I didn't go save him. Those were everywhere. And then Khamenei came and said this, and everybody who was anti all of these pro-regime analysts, they were like laughing. Like this went viral, and a lot of people were like, why would Khamenei do such a self-own? Because Khamenei has another video that people put back to back where he said a couple of years ago, if Israel does anything to us, the smallest thing, we will turn Haifa and Tel Aviv into rubble. And
Mhm.
people are like, what else does Israel like? He killed Ismail Hania. He did this. He killed Zahedi. He had like Netanyahu had bombed your country twice. Like what else are you waiting for to turn Haifa and Tel Aviv into rubble? And now those two videos, and then like saying, oh, they played that video where he said that they will turn Haifa and Tel Aviv into rubble, and then they put the second video is like, they closed the skies, they closed the ground, we couldn't do anything, and like, and this is not even like, if Israel wants to close your path to Syria, you can't go to Syria, and now you're acting like you could go to Israel and wipe out Israel. I mean,
Yeah.
Syria is even closer to you. You can't even go to
Yeah.
Syria if Israel doesn't let you. It's such
I
a
mean, Israel is such a
it's such an
fraction of the
embarrassment.
size. It's crazy.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
But okay, I what was that one I can't remember if you were telling me this like behind the scenes or you did a stream about this, how
Mm.
there has been like a fallout amongst the pro regime analysts, like I can't remember the details, that they're getting in trouble, or there's threats that they're gonna get in trouble for not following the party. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Actually, there's a follow up on that because I did a stream. I told you that Khamenei in his speech came out and said all the analysts in Iran who are talking about us being defeated, this is emptying the hearts of the pro regime people, and this is a crime. This is a crime. Okay. But then a follow up to that is right after he said that, there were so many pro regime people in Iran that came out and said it's this is all coping. We are losing, and if we don't come up to the realization that we're losing, we're going to lose even more.
Yeah,
Like they were saying,
because
forget
you're not making a
Syria, we are going
correction.
to lose. Yeah, they said and these are pro regime people. They said like, hey, if we keep acting like we're winning, not only we have lost. Forget Syria, we're gonna lose Iran. We're gonna lose Iran,
Oof.
right? And this is right after Khamenei. This shows that Khamenei's teeth have been pulled out because even the pro-regime people seem like these were analysts that are not anti-regime. They weren't afraid after Khamenei came and announced that this is a crime. The fact that they even came out and still continued that analysis, some of them, shows that Khamenei is losing his grip on his own supporters, which
But
is
what was
weird.
the follow up?
Which is nothing happened to them. Nothing is happening to them.
Oh,
This shows that within the regime, like there is enough internal conflict within the regime itself that these people feel secure enough to say that because they think they have enough people on their side. So this shows major internal divisions.
he's losing control of the narrative. That's scary.
Yeah. I think going forward, if the regime doesn't fall, IRGC is going to have much more power than the office of the supreme leadership, because I thought the office of supreme leadership is going to tank, like its relevance is going to drop this significantly when Khamenei dies, but it's happening before he dies. And now a lot of Iranians are saying, I'm glad, because a lot of Iranians were wishing for the death of Khamenei earlier. And a lot of Iranians are now saying, I'm glad that wish of mine did not come true because
Mm.
enjoying Khamenei seeing all of this. Right? A lot of
Oof.
things.
I mean, it's also politically useful for Barandazi people for him to fall from grace while he's still alive because he has such a cult following.
Yes.
The damaging that cult following as much as you can while he's still alive will help a lot preserve from the, Khomeini and the moon effect. This
Yeah.
martyrdom saintly effect. I don't know how I would put it. Like the effect of going to the martyr's shrine, so to speak, dying a hero, the
The-
glory of dying a hero, and then your story
yes.
lives on in legend. Like to have that die as much as
Right.
possible beforehand, I think is
I might
great.
do a stream on this. I have more videos of many of these analysts coming out saying, the ones that keep insisting that we're winning, and they come out and saying that this is, like, unfortunately a lot of our own people are saying the wrong thing, which is a huge admission that the threat is coming from inside the house, right? This is not us barandas people, or it's not, they're not afraid of us anti-regime people having this wrong narrative. They're admitting that a lot of their own people are having this narrative that we're losing. This is how Israel and the hijab situation is crushing the regime. Okay, if Israel ever is responsible for the regime toppling, if that happens at any point, it's likely that it's not because they went in and toppled the regime, okay, with military force. It's the humiliation of the Islamic Republic not being able to respond to Israel and not being able to enforce hijab laws. That humiliation, that weakness, is turning the pro-regime people on the regime itself. So if Israel defeating the Islamic Republic will make the regime topple itself instead of them having to go and topple the regime for them. Yeah.
Ay. I would love to see you do a stream about more of this stuff. You know, I'm a nerd for this kind of thing. So if if that sounds interesting to you guys, please leave a comment, because we really do try to focus on the stuff our audience finds interesting and cares about. And I love it when our audience is interested in these topics, especially in Iran. Yeah.
Anyways, let's end this stream because I know you're not feeling very well. But just we have one super chat. Let's just finish that really quickly.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Dan saying Armin, how did you learn English in Iran? I mean, we all learned some basic English in school, but my mom also put me and my brother in through. So there's 3 sources. First of all, from age 4 to 6, I lived in London. 2, lots of Hollywood movies and English cartoons, and also the source of news in our household was BBC News, from satellite TV. And lastly, my mom was big on class, like, so when the school finished, when we went home, that's where our real classes begin, right? Because we had school, but when we came home, we had private teachers at home, and we also had IELTS and some other schools, extra other schools on top of your own school that we had to go to that was focused on English. So yeah, we were very obsessed with, my family was very obsessed with education and stuff like that. So English was part of it as well.
Your mom was a very good mom.
Yes. Yeah. So that, and then another super chat. And guys, this should be the last super chat because Susie needs to go.
It's okay. I will save her super chat.
Okay.
Dan is saying, isn't it super weird that we in the 21st century use AI, iPhones, EV cars, and still follow texts from thousands of years ago written by shepherds and goat herders? What an embarrassment for humanity. I don't know. I mean, the older I get, I really don't think it's that weird. I mean, every people needs a story about who they are and why they're here and what they're supposed to do. We all need it. That has to come from somewhere. I mean, it sounds weird. It's not that weird to me. I don't know.
Major correction. These texts were not written by shepherds and goat herders.
Yeah, okay? Also that.
Shepherds and goat herders at that time did not know how to read and write. Okay, this is another reason why the Gospels were not written by the apostles of Jesus, because people knowing how to read and write was a very unique, rare. Fishermen did not know how to read and write back then. Okay, so that the Gospels were not written by those people. Okay, but yeah, this was the people who wrote anything at that time were scholars of their time. So it was written for shepherds, and you could say maybe for shepherds and goat herders, for other people to read to them. Okay, but it was not written by shepherds and goat herders. If you knew how to read and write back then, you were part of elite. You were a unique part. You were very educated part of elite at that time. Yeah, and probably by philosophers and so forth. Yeah, but it's true that people who so the way that I will correct it is so true. Susanna is on point as well. Like, I mean,
It's a
people need
psychological
their myth.
need. I think it's not smart to
Yeah,
argue otherwise.
no, but here's how I would fix it. Okay, the fact that we're using a guide, sources of mythology for a guide to life, written by people who, even though they were the educated people at their time, their understanding of human psychology, of society, of sciences, of economy, on anything that life makes better, it was very limited based on their knowledge that they had at the time. It makes no sense for us today to use that source of that text as the source of our life today. So I think I kind of fixed it a little bit to you. But yeah, people need their stories. Okay, so that's true. Susie is correct about that. But as long as it's just stories and nothing else.
Yeah, we shouldn't be chained to it.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be used as a guide to life. It should just be a source of culture, I guess. All right, so guys, we're gonna go. Do not forget to like the stream. See, Susie was in pain from beginning, and she still did the show. She still did the show, even though she was not in the best condition. And I think you guys, the least you could do, it's really the least you could do, is to like the stream because it doesn't cost you anything. Okay. And then if you want to do more, you could leave a comment, you could subscribe, you could hit the bell notification, you could share the video, you could recommend our channel to people if it's safe for you to do so. You could also support us financially if you are in a financially healthy situation. Please do not donate to anybody, including us, if you are struggling financially. But you could do all of those things. But at least do the like. There's zero excuses. No, actually, I'm wrong. If you are driving and listening to us, please do not like the stream. Okay. Okay. If
You do that
you're
later.
walking your dog, yeah, you could do, but come back. If you're driving, do not like the stream, but come back and like the stream after. Do you know who makes the most amazing, gorgeous, and other adjectives that I can't use here on YouTube, blasphemous art ever? We do. And for some reason, we are giving it away for free. Download them now using the link in the description before we change our mind.